All right, hello everyone, and now welcome to game 2 in the series. And so far, let me hide that. Hopefully you guys didn't see that. So far, the game has been great as we now move on to game 2 between Top and Fly. Top spawning as the red Terran player here at what I will call the 7 o'clock position. Meanwhile, Fly is spawning as the blue Zerg here at the 2 o'clock position. Terran versus Zerg once more, and I gotta tip my hat off to Fly taking game 1. Not with straight up macro play, but it was a rather, I wouldn't say cheesy build. It was just a very, very well executed strategy. The use of the Nidus Worm to get across a map such as that, get inside your base. Also, the fact that Fly did not build enough units around his base to stop that Nidus Worm, that was huge. One supply depot, one engineering bay, something of that nature would have prevented that attack before it even got started. Instead, we saw that Top had built engineering bays and really fortified his front door. Nothing wrong with fortifying the front door, as Zerg players do like to do a bit of run-bys. But sometimes you do, in fact, need to take care of your base there. So a little backdoor action here. Coming across, you can see that Top is looking to go for a command center first here on Whirlwind. A rather safe build just because there are actually 3 locations where your opponent can spawn. This is perhaps the largest map currently in the ladder map pool and also in the professional scene. A very, very wide open center right in here. And if you've been following a lot of the play and a lot of the updates to the maps, a lot of the maps you cannot spawn in those quote-unquote ally positions. Now, I do expect a longer macro game here on Whirlwind, and we'll see how Top responds to Fly's a little bit of crazy strategies. It wasn't all about mechanics in game 1. It was really about that strategy there. So, coming across, Top will finally start to do a little bit of scouting. And Fly now has the advantage. Fly knows for himself, you know what? Even though this is a top Korean player, I know he is beatable. I know I can take him down, and I know as long as I bring my A game, I am good. Now, coming in from Top may not play against Fly all that often. I was taking a look at their stats. I believe Fly is not currently in Grandmasters or Masters League right now, while Top is currently high in Masters. So these two may not know each other's particular play styles. Fly, sitting back, he knows that, you know what, I can do that particular strategy one more time, or I can play a little bit more of a straight up game. I'm now inside your head. What do you think I'm going to bring to the table? All right, SCV now attempting to get away. It looks like the Zerglings will, in fact, clean that up with little to no problem as the SCV now runs all the way back home. Meanwhile, coming back over here, you can see that Top is just training up more SCVs, and it looks as though he's going to be going for Reactor Hellions. It makes sense on a map like this, especially if you do one Rax expand first into Reactor Hellions, as the Hellions do move very, very quickly across a large map like this. Zerglings now, one does get picked off there. Nicely done with a little bit of stutter step micro. The Marines not able to move and shoot at the same time, but move, stop, shoot, move, stop, shoot. Very effective, as the Zerglings now trying to get a surround onto some of those Marines. However, those Zerglings cannot engage their SCVs now being brought over. And the Fly is just doing a good job of keeping Top on his toes. He's making sure that Top is unable to mine with some of those SCVs, but he's just throwing away Zerglings. I don't quite like that, as we are now going into an armory. All right. Anyone who sees a fast armory knows what's coming about now. We are now going into double hellbat drops. Or perhaps even just a single hellbat drop. Are we going to see a reactor here? There you go. Hellions there. We are going to see another reactor, so it is going to be double hellbat drops. Hellbats, very effective at taking down drones, only takes 2 shots, and they are rather beefy units. So it's going to really come down to Fly to intercept those drops, have good map awareness, and respond accordingly. Metabolic boost now coming in, so it does appear that Fly is playing more of a straight up traditional game as a Zergling able to retreat and run back home. You can take a look at that. That Zergling is at that very, very fast movement speed here. All right, the Hellions now making their way out. Double Hellbats coming into play. There, you're going to see the swap here in just a moment. And then double train some Metavacs as well. The timing on it should be near perfect in order to have 4 Hellbats and 2 Metavacs already on the field. Those Hellbats now just waddling around. You can take a look at their damage. 30 damage versus light. And also a range of 2. Essentially, this is a roach with splash damage that can also get healed. The only downside, well, the range of 2 and also the fact that it takes up 4 cargo spots in a Metavac. All right, there you have a Zergling trying to control the center Xel'Naga tower. Not going to happen. And now, does Fly really know what's going on in this game? Does he have a spider sense? Can he make a very good assumption of what we expect to see? Now, with this, the Metavacs are not moving straight across the map, but they may actually fly straight at an Overlord. Or is he going to split the difference? Oh, this is going to be huge. Does Fly spot this? Yes, Fly does spot this. The double Metavacs now making their way in. Roaches do spot the Metavacs, but they are not coming around. I do not think he was paying attention to the minimap quite at that time, and this is going to be huge. The Metavacs are now looking to come in here. Zergling's now going to come down, and there is the drop. Where is the cargo? The cargo, he now notices that it is all Hellbats, and the Queens are not very good at dealing with Hellbats at all. One Queen gets taken down. All the Hellbats now once again retreat once more as the drones now starting to mine again. This is still going to be rather dangerous. You can see the Hellbats are off to the side. Queen unable to get up onto the high ground or at least spot any of these units here, as there are going to be roaches simply sitting here for quite some time. Meanwhile, you can see another double Hellbat drop going inside this third base. The Queens and the drones all getting torched. Worker kill count. Workers now at, what, 58 to 49. That is not good, as once more, the Spore Crawlers and the Queens are still here. Hellbat's going to torch even more drones. The Harvester count is 53 now to 40 or 50 to 49, as the Hellbats could just run in here and have a drone barbecue. So many drones taken down to 39 now, as the roaches need to get over. This is not good at all. Does Fly have a macro hatch? I do not believe so. He really, really needs to figure out a way, get off a lot more drones. He is currently down in terms of units, 49 versus 49, and also will be training up more and more drones here. But he does have the benefit. He did have the foresight to bring over an Overlord and start spewing some creep at the natural third of top. Top still running on 2 bases. He will have to wait for that creep to recede. He will have to wait for this Overlord here and to die first, and this is all buying valuable time, as top is still trying to even things up economically speaking. All right, Marines doing a little bit of slow action fighting there. You can see that Overlord is still spewing creep down to 18 hit points, down to 6. It finally pops, but it's still going to be quite some time before any of this does recede. Roaches now wandering back. We can see Glial Reconstitution coming in. Hellbats flying right by the center Xel'Naga tower. I believe Fly spotted this, and he is going to try and defend this once more. All right, we can see the Metavacs flying right by this Overlord. Fly knows that the Metavac is still making its way off to the north here. What's going to be happening? Is it going to go inside the main base, as there is still an Overlord on the high ground here, yet to be shot down? Overlord now making its way in. Metavac now coming in as well. Is it going to drop? Is it going to be able to do very much of anything? And the Metavac stops for no apparent reason, and now trying to make its way in. Roaches are already there, and it looks as though the Metavac is going to be backing off. All right, we are now going into Pathogen Glands. We are going into Burrow. There's a scanner sweep. Only catches some key tech, and he does see an infestation pit and something being researched, but he does not know what. It could be Enduring Locust. It could be Pathogen Glands. Both of them are viable options at this point, but I do think Pathogen Glands are better at disabling drops, since you can, in fact, hit the Metavac, slow it down, and then launch some infested Terran. Marines and Marauders with hellbats now making a move forward. It looks as though all those Zerglings will get cleaned up again, as the units now backing off once more. So far, Fly doing a very good job. You can see this is much of a macro style game. Both players sitting on 67 workers, as Fly setting up his 4th base. And I am surprised about one thing. We see that there is no extractors down yet, and mainly Zerg players are more gas dependent. So that does come as a bit of a surprise there. Perhaps those extractors will be coming in a little bit later, but then again, he is not going for Mutalisk. Instead, he's going to be going for Ultralisk Cavern. As the battle now about to get underway. All right, all of those units simply taken down in a matter of seconds. Beautifully done. Trading 3 Widow Mines for an Overlord. That was a beautiful, beautiful hit. And now is Top going to be in trouble? Top now trying to get away. Infestor is now bringing up the rear. Are they going to be able to land a fungal growth? Infestors used as detection. A beautiful strategy, as the Zerglings are going to try and run in here. Oh, what's going to happen? The Zerglings simply run up inside all of these units. Splash damage is coming across, and I believe that was a roach or two, as a fungal growth does land on some units there. All right, the Zergling does not fall. You can see more units coming in from over here, but what is going on? It looks as though Fly is just trying to regroup all of his units, and before he moves out once again. All right, Metavax, you can see, what is this? Full drops pretty much coming underway. This expansion over here may get taken down. Zerglings gonna clean this up with little to no effort, as the command center is going to be forced to lift off. Zerglings, Marauders now once again coming in to engage. Roach gets taken down here, as this is still a very, very effective drop coming in from Top. Top could perhaps clean up, even though it is not full of hellbats. The pure damage potential on this Marine Marauder drop is actually much, much higher. Coming back over here, you can see a drop now inside the 3 o'clock position. A drop now coming in inside the main. This drop will get cleaned up and lifted off. Now coming across to the north. Here you go. There's the Infestors, and there's a beautiful fungal growth landing across more units. There's some infested Terran, and is it going to be enough? There's another fungal growth, and the Metavax will get cleaned up. But in comes another attack here. Top is going to be burrowing all of these Widow Mines here, as the Overlords are trying to sacrifice themselves in order to deactivate all of these Widow Mines. A beautiful, beautiful strategy, as you can now see all those units once again taken down. Coming across over here, Marines and Marauders attempting to take down a Spore Crawler. It looks like the Metavax have been cleaned up already, but another Spire is going to be canceled. Oh, is it going to get canceled? Why are these Marauders and the Marines are not going to get cleaned up, as we now see another engagement back over here? Spire does fall before it gets up, and now the Zergling does clean up 2 easy kills there, as we now see the Ultralisk making a move forward. The Marauders trying to stim once again. Metavax now with those afterburners, but the Ultralisk still charging along, making a move into the center. We can see more Widow Mines have been burrowed again. Supply in this fight is 192 versus 163. Top is slightly ahead in terms of supply, but is slightly behind in terms of upgrades, as you now see 3-2 upgrades on these Ultralisks, in addition to the chitinous armor on those Ultralisks as well. In comes another drop here. This is going to get cleaned up. This does not look good for Fly. Fly cannot afford to trade bases at this point, especially with the very, very mobile army of Metavax coming in. It looks like Fly is simply going to let this 3 o'clock base go. And what is that follow-up play going to be? You can see currently Fly does not have that many harvesters on the field. 49 to 50, just trying to get more gas, as another hatchery is going to be falling. Scanner sweep, apparently a unit was able to burrow underneath there just in time. Ultralisk arriving to the party, finishing off some more Marines there, as another drop happening inside the main. This could potentially be bad. Zerglings not trying to make their way over. They're coming in a single file line. Eventually, enough Zerglings will come over to try and protect this, but this is still not looking good. Spawning pool may get taken down. 198 versus 151, as the Ultralisk now coming back over once more. Double Spore Crawlers coming in to try to protect this expansion, as we now see a spawning pool does need to be replaced down. It is being placed down. Where is it? I don't... Oh, right down over here. Meanwhile, a massive Marine Marauder army with 3 upgrades, taking the upgrade advantage away from Fly. This is potentially going to be huge, as the Marauders are now dealing 20 damage per second against the Ultralisk. All right, there goes all of those Widow Mines there. Oh, 1 Widow Mine left. No Overseers for some reason, as the Infestors are still making their rounds once more. All right, all these units will be backing off here. It is now currently 3 bases to 4. And are those Ultralisks going to be able to get there in time? We could see a bit of an engagement here. The Marines now going to come in. Oh, we could see a stim, and there you go. The Infestors, 2 of them get taken down in an instant, as the Infestors need to land a couple of key fungal growths up on the high ground. Are they going to be able to get them? Yes, it does. There's 1 key fungal growth there. Another fungal growth could be coming in, but no, it is not. Not enough energy, as the Ultralisks now fall. And I believe Top has taken too much of an advantage. 183 versus 102. And now he can simply attack move with this army to finish the job. Evolution Chamber. Still not upgrading the last bit of armor upgrade. You can see Marines and Marauders attempting to fight back this group here. The Medevacs traveling a short distance but far by land. And we are going to see another crazy move coming in here, perhaps trying to take down more units, even taking down the Ultralisk Cavern. A large fight here, but the Marines and the Marauders are all going to get cleaned up after a key fungal growth. There's the GG, and Azubu's Top takes game 2 as Fly and Top split their 2-game set. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed the game. Top really showing his mechanics, really showing how effective he could be given a full game, and Fly just really didn't stand much of a chance compared to Top's multitasking, being able to execute 2 to 3 drops at the same time while attacking. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.